Hi folks, and a very warm welcome to the 2020 awards. You can see Ewan and I are back, dressed up for the occasion, and looking forward to taking you through tonight's winners as we celebrate some amazing success from the year 2020. Ewan.
It's great to see so many of you joining us this evening as we celebrate the very best of PVL. Please use the live chat option as we did on the launch night to pass on your congratulations to our nominees and winners. You lot literally blew up the screen for the launch evening. For each category, this evening you will see on screen the 3 nominees and then we will reveal the winners, so good luck to everyone. Now, before we get started, let's take another quick look back on what was a remarkable year. What a year. Okay, so let's get our 2020 Peter Vardy Group Awards underway. First up, we have Service.
Our service teams across the group put in a heroic performance in 2020, helping emergency workers and key workers right across the country during a terrible lockdown. Arguably they had the most to adapt to, and working in different ramps and every other ramp and PPE equipment. They've done an amazing job though to operate in these difficult environments and really do a great thing for the community, but also for the business. So a massive thank you to all of you. So who is it that excelled? First up, it's our Service Manager of the Year, and we've got some fantastic nominees tonight. The person that's won has worked in a number of the sites across the group, is very loud, tries to get people motivated, but always manages to do it with a smile on the face and motivate a team. I'm delighted that this year's winner is DARREN MCDIVITT.
Next to our Service Colleague of the Year. This person has done an incredible job, helping to develop a relatively inexperienced front of house team into a well-oiled machine. Excuse the awful pun. Their positive can-do attitude has had a great influence on all of their colleagues, and I'm delighted to say our winner is Sophie Smith from VAUXHALL Aberdeen. Thank you for all your hard work.
We now move on to the workshop. And this year's Workshop Control Award goes to a person who has risen through the ranks of PVL, starting with us as an apprentice to now running the second largest workshop in the group. They provided an excellent guest experience, even helping on the roadside this year. I'm proud to announce that this year's winner is ELLIOT DUFF.
The Technician of the Year award this year goes to a person who has been with the company a long time and truly represents all of PVL's values. A cam operator who is always on hand to help out their colleagues. This year's winner is Stephen Bruce from CARZ Glasgow.
In parts, we have a truly worthy winner. This person really does demonstrate our mucking attitude, helping in all areas of the business whenever required, helping us with one of our start-up businesses before the lockdown hit. I'm therefore delighted to award Brian Smith our Parts Manager of the Year. Well done, Brian, and thanks for all your time.
So now we move on to sales. In what was undoubtedly the most turbulent year of any salesperson's career, we left the rest of the motor industry in our wake. We produced some outstanding performances in sales and embraced the digital culture, which is a vital component to everything that we're going to do in the future. If we're going to win, we need to be good at digital. So we knew it was a challenge, but there's been absolute superstars. So let's start with our Sales Manager of the Year. Whilst there was many really worthy candidates and some great operators, this year's winner has truly excelled, doubling the department's contribution from 2020, actually from 2019, and the driving force behind the brand which we did so well in the UK. The winner this year is SHAHBAZ MASUD.
Behind every great sales manager is a great sales controller, and we're fortunate to have the best in the industry. Our winner has demonstrated exceptional leadership qualities and flexibility to help support wherever it is required, consistently going that extra mile for colleagues, guests, and the business. I'm delighted to announce that this year's winner is Robert O'Neill.
Now let's move on to Sales Advisor of the Year. There's been so many good performances from our sales teams right across the business, it's difficult to pick just one name. Well done to those nominees, but particular outstanding performance goes to Dale Brown.
Sales support is a vital part in the success of our sales teams, and we have phenomenal talent in our sales support functions. This year's winner stepped away from their familiar role in sales management to lead the handover team in one of our largest dealerships. They've built an awesome team spirit and continue to produce improved performance month on month. So I'm delighted to say this year's winner from CARZ in Glasgow is Stephen Campbell.
Now let's move to Vardy Central. For those that work in here, they know what goes on. For those around the group, perhaps you don't, but the Vardy Central team plays a critical role in supporting any of the businesses across the group, and a vital role actually in starting new businesses too. This year particularly though, the VC team has had to learn brand new skills as we deal with the new challenges, whether that be health and safety rules, to the HR team working out a whole new strategy about looking after mental, physical and financial well-being. The team has adapted, they've learnt a lot and they've worked incredibly hard to make sure everybody around the group is well looked after. And I'm incredibly proud of what they have done to make sure that we can all do our job. So thank you to each person. First up is the Vardy Central Manager of the Year. In a year when we've seen so much change, particularly around digital, organising our strategy, our websites, our Goodbye Car, our new CARZ brand, there's been an awful lot to do in a very quickly changing environment. This person has done an incredible job of leading our digital strategy from a marketing point of view and always done it with a smile on her face. This year's winner, a very well deserved, Claire Rogan.
The Vardy Central Colleague of the Year goes to a person who has always fully demonstrated our values and our DNA at every turn, including slightly changing their name to help us when Heritage first launched. Always there to offer help and a professional opinion with an exceptional knowledge of their function, they have been a great help to the group over the years in this vitally important area for the business. So I'm delighted to say that this year's winner is Sam McLean.
The backbone of the organisation is exceptional finance people that keep us operational people on our toes, and we've been very fortunate over the years to have some fantastic finance managers right across the group. So it's really nice to award an award to these group of people who do such an incredible job to make sure the business runs exactly as it should. We've always talked about a good finance person and a managing partner working together well for the best success of a branch, and this year we've seen that in the winner too. I'm delighted to say the Finance Manager of the Year is PAULA REID.
Now onto our new category for 2020, E-Commerce Colleague of the Year. 2020 was the year we accelerated our e-com strategy, due in part to the pandemic and in part to the changing consumer demands. The success of the e-commerce team is a huge team effort across the year and assisted by great collaboration across the businesses, sharing best practice, advice and support. There was, however, one standout performance by an individual who not only consistently smashes their performance, but has a fantastic attitude, naturally going the extra mile for their guests and colleagues alike. They take nothing for granted and continue to work on their own personal development to ensure maximum success. I'm delighted to present this award to Kieran Roger.
And now on to Car Money, a business that we started about 4 years ago with this ambition of doing 20,000 finance deals a year from an office in Glasgow, promoted because we saw Car 24/7 on the back of buses in Glasgow and thought, nah, they're not going to steal our guests. I'm incredibly proud of what the team have done. There's a huge amount of very talented people working exceptionally hard, really proud of that Nikki Car Money brand, doing all they can to see a relatively new business take on the rest of the UK. And that's exactly what they're doing with the growth they've had over the last couple of years, particularly in 2020. They have done an incredible job to see the growth in retail sales and sales from their dealer part of their business too. So I'm incredibly proud of what everybody's doing. The future's looking incredibly exciting for them as well. So let's hear for the Car Money Awards.
In Car Money, this person is an integral part of the team, always there to help coach and support their colleagues. Their work ethic and commitment is second to none, and their infectious sense of humour keeps spirits high in the team. So I'm delighted to say that this year's winner, and they keep winning competitions, including 2 new cars this year, is Ewan Blackwood.
Now on to Silver Bullet, again a new startup to the group. It's great to see Cameron and the team pulling together a brand new business making waves in the digital space. As most of us know, this business develops software to enable automotive dealers like ourselves to become e-commerce ready, so whether that be sales or after sales. The team of developers there are doing a great job, the team of sales people and onboarding are doing a great job, and it's really exciting to see where that business might go with more and more customers coming on board and more success that they're having. So it's great to get the Silver Bullet guys in the awards this evening. So over to you, Ewan. Who is the Silver Bullet winner this year?
One person in particular works tirelessly to improve his programming skills to ensure our product is the best on the market. An extremely popular member of the Silver Bullet team, I'm delighted to announce Burhan Tanis as this year's winner.
Well, I hope you can all join me in wishing all those winners a huge congratulations, and also to the nominees. It's great amongst 1,000 people to have your names in lights and be recognised by all of us across the group, voted for as the best of the best for 2020. As I said before, it's been an enormous and incredible performance by so many people, and we're incredibly proud that I managed to keep everybody employed, look after every best we possibly could, and actually deliver a great performance against all the odds. Probably our best year ever in business. So let's have a quick break as we celebrate some other success that we see in our giving back and our foundation work as we support young people all over the world. This particular video is from Uganda, and one of the programs called One Child, where we helped over 26,000 people make sure that we looked after their education and support.
Giving us school uniform to make us smart.
We learn how to maintain the crop grow healthy, because we can grow crops which can be supplied to all part of the nation.
What an amazing video, and none of that would be possible without the hard work of everybody across the organisation. When you look at our purpose as an organisation, it's to sell, to give, and it's incredibly important to all of us that we continue to do that as a team, even in the circumstances that we saw last year. So again, on behalf of all the family, thank you for what you do to enable us to do even more important things, I suppose, in the communities that we operate, for those really less fortunate. Now, we'll be doing the dealership awards next week, but what I want to do is recognise the company stars of this year, the 3 people in the organisation we give the ultimate honour to around the group. The first of those is someone that has done an incredible job to lead the e-commerce evolution and perhaps revolution around the organisation. A lady that's come into the business and made a real statement for herself and for the organisation in terms of how she has handled herself and the teams around her. Jacqueline Rosie has done an amazing job in the e-commerce this year and led it faultlessly as we've gone on this journey together to work out how do we become a digital first business. So incredibly well done to our first company star, Jacqueline, well done. Our second company star is someone who has a huge influence, again, in the role that she does around the organisation. Our after sales businesses are growing all of the time and evolving just like sales is too. We've seen kiosks arrive, we're doing online bookings, we're looking at structures and after sales, we're looking at changing our service core process. A number of things are changing in after sales again as the consumer's changing. And that requires a very strong leader to help us navigate that and plan out the path ahead. I'm incredibly proud and grateful for the work that Julie Ray has done, our second company star for 2020. Well done. Our third and final company star is someone that's been with the organisation a long time. I remember employing him at Perth, and I remember obviously a couple of scrapes he got to with CARZ that he owned in KIRKCALDY, but we'll move past that because we'll not dwell on some of the minor errors to what the job that he's doing with Porsche at the moment. Leading our organisation in the relationship with such an important brand, and probably the most profitable brand in the world right now. In 2020, he led a business that, in terms of return on sales, which is basically the real metric of how well that business did, was first or second, I think, in the whole of the United Kingdom. It was the only Porsche business in the whole of the UK to go forward on most of the stats last year on the previous year. And he's also had a pivotal role to play in looking after and caretaking Perth through the year too. Our third and final company star of the year is Tom Hale. Well done, Tom. Well, that's it, folks, for this week's Team Mail. It's been great to celebrate some great success. I hope you've enjoyed the evening as well and had a bit of fun at home too as you've watched this. Thanks for all those people that got nominated, and especially for all those winners. And I say, as Ewan says, we're looking forward next week to see who are the Department and Dealership of the Year awards too. So we'll be hearing from the Vixen, who's given us a song tonight just to end the night in good spirits. So all it is to say really is good night from me.
And it's good night from him.
Fire, fire, whoa. Gospel music with fire, whoa. Now we no retire, whoa. Oh my DJ, my DJ. One man you to bonge. I don't know yet to want the chicky bombe sevo. I know you chicky bombe no. That's for me chicky bombe number one. One man you to bonge. Oh na 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 na. Yeah. Where they come in the beauty cold, dance the beat to the floor. No matter what, when the beauty go. Listen now. Kono kalango, dokuba mukongo. Yes, go dance floor. Watch, light up your condo. Number one, baby don't you be uncle that number two. Nakayimba nenkuyimbi that number three. Let me kiss enough. Number no chichusa. Fire, fire, oh. Gospel music with fire, oh. I say we no retire, oh. My DJ, shey. One man ya to bonge. Katunda ya to want the chicky bombe sepo. Side ya chicky bombe no. Who no ready? Scotland people. Are you there? I'm gonna teach you a dance. Who ready? Let's go. You still remember that dance, people? Let's go. Are you there? One man you to bonge. Kadona ya to want the chicky bombe sevo. Side ya chicky bombe no. That's for me chicky bombe number one. One man you to bonge. Kadona ya to want the chicky bombe sevo. Side ya chicky bombe no. That's for me chicky bombe number one. Where they come in the beauty cold.